Many are still coming to terms with the tragedy. Today, St. Joseph Church in Lake Orion opened its doors to those needing support on the anniversary of the tragic event. A pastor with the church said it's humbling to help those still grieving.
It brings back the force of the feelings in a way that they can't anticipate. And so as those feelings come forth, I'm honored and humbled to be able to have this place of worship as the place where they can review those feelings, address those feelings, and keep moving forward.
He says mourners also had the chance to light their own candle as a way of showing the victims their heart is with them. And since the shooting, many measures have been put in place in an effort to prevent another tragedy like this from ever happening again.
One of which is the gaining popularity of the OK to Say program, which allows anyone, students or adults, to submit tips about possible threats toward a school or its members. Since
the shooting, the program has seen a dramatic jump in reported threats. The total number of tips submitted last November was 498. That number significantly increased to more than 3,500 in December.
According to the program's website, just in the past 11 months alone, schools have seen almost 500 reported threats and almost 800 threats of suicide.
Reported tips for guns are now over 100 for the year, and the bomb threat reports against schools stand at 34 since the start of the year.
Schools have also started taking matters into their own hands, with some implementing measures like metal detectors. Security experts tell TV5's Lenita Brooks every school needs to have preventive measures and a plan.
We really have learned very little, in my opinion. That we've learned some, but we've really learned very little.
That's Arthur Bush, a former Genesee County prosecutor, reflecting on gun safety tactics instilled throughout the state over the years. Bush was the prosecutor who charged Jamil James, the uncle of the then 6-year-old boy who shot and killed his 6-year-old classmate at Boyle Elementary School in Beecher School District with James' gun. The case was the spark to a national gun debate, one yet to be resolved.
Why has it been so long to have checks on people for their criminal history? Why is it we don't have a system where we can find people who have had mental health problems, either been committed before? They're not supposed to have guns.
Tom Minesberg, who is a safety expert, mentions the 1999 Columbine High School mass shooting in Colorado, saying America should have woke up then.
Everybody's starting to get their plans in place and put things in place. But if we didn't learn a lesson 25 years ago that we need to be more proactive, that we really need to reevaluate where we stand and how we look at the defense of our schools.
He says today, more schools than ever have been reaching out to different safety training programs like theirs, especially here in Michigan in wake of the Oxford High School shooting.
The bottom goal is, the better we're prepared, the more kids we send home at the end of the day and the more staff we send home.
Genesee County Sheriff Chris Swanson says they have also been doing more active shooter training this past year.
We just did an active shooter training yesterday at Whaley.
He says that last year's incident has made everyone more aware and prepared.
It has to be on everybody's forefront, but Oxford shall never be forgotten.
For WNEM TV5, I'm Lenita Brooks.
And Sheriff Swanson also says they're set to do more ALICE training in January.